Hey, it's Scott again. I'm here with another review of the Toro Timemaster versus the Exmark Commercial 30. This is the third video making on these, so I guess it's been a few years now, probably 3 now. So, as you can see, they are holding up quite well. They get a lot of use, and we have 2 different trucks that one goes with one truck, one goes with the other, and the ride-on is with the other. So each trailer has one of these mowers on it with a ride-on mower. Some issues that we've had, again, mostly cosmetic. I've done a couple of more transmission swaps at the end of last season. But I changed out the air filters. One thing that I don't like about the Commercial 30 is to change the oil, you actually have to dump the machine over. The opening for the oil isn't wide enough where you could fit one of the vacuum hoses in to suck out the oil. So you have to turn the machine all the way over onto the side. This one, just pop it out, and you could stick one of the hoses in there to suck out the oil for the oil changes. I've changed the oil filter once on this in 3 years, so I haven't had any issues with that, and it's got probably 2,000 hours on it at least by now. I've lost track, and I'm not even with the machines most of the time. One of the problems that I have had with the kill switch here is that it frayed a little bit right here, so I have to put some electrical tape on there. The other day when we were out, it was grounding itself and shorting out the motor. So just be aware of that if you have this machine. Lost the side plate on the muffler, not sure where, but that is no longer with us. Again, that's a cosmetic issue. Don't touch the muffler. I wouldn't touch the guard either. Let's see how it's looking underneath. Everything's still holding up well underneath. Looks like you change out these blades soon. That bearing is starting to go. The spindle. So the wheel assembly is holding up well. For a residential mower, this is a very well-built product. It takes a lot of abuse. I would show the underneath of this one, but it doesn't have the same handlebar assembly, so let's see if I can hold it up so you can see underneath. The spindles on this are holding up well. I've only had to replace the spindles on the Timemaster. I haven't had to replace any of the spindles on the Exmark. So I don't know if maybe the spindles are different, because I'm still using the same factory spindles on the Exmark. But when I replace them, I'm going to replace them with the same ones. I'm not sure if from the factory they're coming out a little bit different. But once they go, it'll all be the same. Anyway, I use these things for brush hogging. I get underneath shrubs. I do all the stuff near the house and underneath all the shrubs, and just these things take a beating. They really do, and they just keep on going. If you noticed, I took off all the the metal framework around the Exmark. It's just extra weight. I've never needed it for anything, so maybe people use it for tie downs, I guess. I don't know, but that's just extra weight. And this machine, because of the motor, is a little bit heavier than the Timemaster. So a couple of the people who I've worked with, they've asked specifically to use the Timemaster instead of the Exmark because it is that much lighter. So if they're using it around the house, it's easier on them. So that's something to keep in mind. So I took off the metal to try to make it a little lighter. But it is what it is. I'm not going out and buying a new $1,000 lawnmower when I have one that works perfectly fine. So anyway, if you have any questions specifically about how these things are holding up, let me know. I've just done basic maintenance on these with changing out a couple of the gear drive belts, and let's see, I'll show you them under here. There's a couple gear drive belts over here. If you can make it out right here. That goes to the motor and to the transmission. I swap that out about every season at some point. And there's one similar to that that goes to the blade assembly, and that needs to be changed probably about every 500 hours or so. So anyway, definitely each are excellent machines despite what people say about them. I've gone through some of the tallest of grass, Florida weather, transported, used by day laborers. So these things get abused and hold up well. Thanks for watching.